Could we expect a huge move for Bitcoin, and is this the shift into positive movements for the overall market? Because yes, the US passed a bill to raise the debt limit, so we're not going to see a default from the United States, and we can also see that the dollar currency index is going down, and that is bullish for the price of Bitcoin because yes, we are forming lower highs, and this means if we're going to see that the DXY comes even lower, we could expect yes, that Bitcoin is finally going to get this push over this level of 27,700 US dollars, because yes, we came all the way up to this trend line, formed the double top, saw this dump all the way to this support, which now turned into resistance, and at the moment Bitcoin is trying to break this level, and we perfectly bounced off from the 26,500 US dollars, and with this we have formed a higher low for Bitcoin. Welcome back to B for Crypto, and yes, we're going to look at the price movement in Bitcoin and also look at the news, what we could expect within this month. Are we finally going to break this very important levels? So first of all, let's look at the 4-hour chart, and yes, we perfectly bounced from the 26,500 US dollars, and at the moment Bitcoin is trying to break through this major resistance, and yes, it was previous support round about these levels, and then it turned into resistance. So first of all, this is going to be the most important factor, that we're going to stay above this support box and that the price will consolidate within this range before we're going to get this major breakout towards the upside. So yes, let's go over on the daily chart for Bitcoin. And yes, on the daily chart we can perfectly see this was previous support for a very long time, where the price movement bounced from these levels of 27,000 US dollars. But what is extremely bullish, that we saw this boring price movement for Bitcoin. We came all the way above the 27,000 US dollars in the beginning of March, and then we saw this sideways consolidation, which is always good for the markets, because yes, we can consolidate over time, meaning that the price movement will stay in a certain range for a long period of time until the moving averages come all the way back up into these very important areas. Then we could see a breakout from these levels, and that is extremely bullish. First of all, this also gives us the signal that a lot of buyers are waiting here to buy Bitcoin each and every time the price comes back into these levels. So yes, you're not going to get a 20,000 US dollar Bitcoin anymore, because we saw this consolidation over time. Yes, maybe we're going to come one more time all the way to the levels of 25,000 US dollars. But first of all, I expected, yes, Bitcoin is going to see a bullish move towards the upside, and we're also going to look at the news, what we could expect in this month, because yes, we're going to get the next CPI report, the CPI, and on the 31st of May, leading Federal Reserve officers are sending out strong signals that we will see an interest rate increase at the central bank's meeting in June. And yes, on the 13th of May, we're going to see the next FOMC meeting and also CPI release. So are we going to get the last interest rate hike, or even more, or are we actually going to see a pivot from the Fed? This could be a signal that if we're going to get this pivot, we could expect that Bitcoin will go over the 30,000 US dollar level. But first of all, let's look at the overall market. So we are seeing a lot of crypto adoption and exchanges opening in Asia, so that is overall quite good for the markets. So let's go back on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, and on the weekly chart, guys, we can see that the price found its bottom all the way down here at the 15,700 US dollars, and then we saw this quick rally towards the upside. But this price movement is extremely bullish, because yes, we didn't go up in a straight line, and that we could expect that Bitcoin is going to turn around and we're going to dump all the way back down to these levels to find support. No, the price movement went up in stairs, and that is extremely good in the markets, because we can see pump, consolidation, pump, consolidation, and this tells us that the overall market strength is quite firm, and we could expect that no, Bitcoin is not going to come any lower, maybe the 25,000 US dollar level, but this will be my worst case scenario. But I think that Bitcoin will go up, all the way up, break the 30,000 US dollar level, and then we could expect the next consolidation, maybe a small dump towards the downside to these levels and a quick recovery. But my ultimate target for the end of the year is going to be, yes, this high of round about 47,000 US dollars, like I also said in my previous video. And then guys, we could expect that the price of Bitcoin will come all the way in these levels, consolidate, and if we're going to come close to the halvening, we could expect this run for the pre-halvening, and as soon as we're going to get the halvening round about March next year, we could expect the next parabolic run for Bitcoin, breaking its all-time high, maybe even surpassing the 100 and even 200,000 US dollar level. But what is really going to be important on the 4-hour chart is that the price of Bitcoin really holds this support box, and that we're going to see this consolidation, back above this range, and I expect that we're going to stay within this price range until the end of the weekend, and that we could expect a pump and a breakout from these levels. But guys, if we're going to break these levels, yes guys, I expect that Bitcoin is going to form a higher high round about the 29,000 US dollar level. So this is what we're going to see as long as Bitcoin is forming higher lows, and we're going to stay in this range of 27,450 US dollars. I expect that we're going to see a breakout towards the upside and stay above these very important levels. Guys, if you like this quick update, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly activate the bell so that you always stay up to date, and make sure to be for crypto.